up? What is up, y'all? It's your boy Grant back here with another episode of the Gooey Files. Today, I got my main man Don with me,
Yo,
and I got my main man Jay with me. And today, we will be talking about the one, the only Boldy James. And first off, I kind of wanted to say, hey, he the best rapper of the 20s right now,
Hmm.
or the most consistent.
Dang,
No,
I see we coming in hot.
I mean,
Oh,
who else? Like, I'm thinking of names. Like, I can only think of three other names I would put in that pot. Honestly, two. I would put
is it
I would
him
put Mike
and
in. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, were you gonna say him and Mike?
I was gonna say him, Mike, Navy Blue, and I would put. I don't know if I would put Earl in that combo because I think I love Sick, but I think I've loved. This gonna sound wild, but I don't know if I'm putting Earl Alchemist Project over Burning Desire.
I don't think that's wild. Like, and that's no hate. Like, he's still one of my favorite rappers, but Burning Desire was tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that as a negative.
My thing is that nigga Mike put Larry June on the song with him, and that shit was fucking hard. I don't give a fuck what nobody
Wait,
say. That's one of my favorite songs on the album.
it's
Well,
very good. Yes,
what I will
yeah,
say
it's very
is,
good.
as if we're talking about best rappers of the 2020s, this is my hot take. I don't know if I'll put Earl over Larry June.
I'm going to
Mm.
I'm I'm going to I ain't gonna say respectfully agree or disagree, but I will say I think I don't agree, but I will say Larry June makes extremely listenable music.
I think
He
I think Earl has put out like as far if we're talking about like he's put out the best project out of the two. But I think as far as like being consistent with releases, like this nigga Larry releases like four projects a year, and like maybe he could not, but every time he releases, I don't listen to it and be like he could have kept
this
this.
is
Like
everything is
they
enjoyable.
always be good.
Everything is enjoyable, bro. Like it's like, yeah, this is a solid ass project. Like it ain't like the most elite thing I ever heard, but like it's like he makes extremely listenable music. Like he knows his he's very formulaic, but it doesn't really matter because like I enjoy the music a lot. I'm not from Larry June. I ain't looking for like world breaking raps, but like he kind of know who you need to work with, like Cardo, um, all them niggas and everything like that. And
And
it's
The Alchemist,
yeah, an alchemist and like and once again he got a great projects with multiple of these guys. So I'm like, and yeah, niggas be talking about like yeah he got fucking rinsed on the Alchemist album like really bad by everybody, but I still very much enjoyed it. Like I don't
see,
consider
okay,
I don't
here's my thing. So I hate like not to be reductionist, but like I get the oh he got washed type talk,
no definitely.
but like some rappers, it's just like that's not what you listening to them for. It's just like I don't have to go into every project listening to somebody bar up. Like if that's not your bag, that's not your bag. If you making a song and I enjoy what I heard, that's what matters to me. Like I can go to different artists for different things.
Yeah, it's certain rappers that I'm gonna listen to, and then if I feel like they really got out rapped on a song, I'm gonna feel like that could potentially be an indictment on them, depending on like what the subject matter was. Like, and it also depends on like what the subject matter was, what like how the song was curated, because it may not have been set up to where this person was supposed to go crazier than this person. Like, for example, that what's that Earl song on I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside? The one with him and
That's
or
Leafy or Nikhil.
yeah, yes, Nakel. I feel like that nigga went crazier than Earl, but I feel like the song was set up for him to do that. Like
Yeah,
when that nigga
kind
started
of.
talking about his brother and stuff, it was just like that's how the song was set up. Like technically, you could say Earl got washed, but that's not an indictment on Earl. That's just that nigga started talking about really personal shit, and it was just hard.
Hot sauce in my cup of noodles. You taught me that.
Like insane. It was so simple, but it was so like it's insane. So yeah,
Yeah,
and I
but
feel like people take getting someone having a better verse as
they
it
end
makes the
all be
song
all.
worse. And sometimes a nigga just gonna rap better than you, and that's just how like if the song's still good, I don't care.
But also, we just gonna make this an episode about the best rappers of 2020s.
That works.
But
Because you came in
yeah, like,
hot, so let's stay there.
but it's kind of like, yeah, like all songs aren't people. Somebody said this, like Cole. I think Cole and Yachty talked about this, and they're like, where I come from, or the era I come from, it's about washing a nigga, and then Yachty's like, where I come from, I just want to make the music. I want it to be good. And I think you can achieve both, but also, for example, like I know niggas get really weird about the money trees and Kendrick thing and like J Rock going off and things like that. But to me, that's an example of like, okay, yeah, he got like, yeah, like J Rock had the better verse or whatever you want to call it, but like Kendrick was making a storytelling album, and it's kind of like some
Yeah.
songs some songs aren't meant to be a display of cooking in there. Some songs are literally meant for album structure, or some things I don't have this. I think people often look at certain songs and be like, yeah, man, all I care about is cooking. This nigga cooked this nigga. Like, bro, are you not listening to what this person is saying? Like, Kendrick telling a story on this whole fucking album, and like part of it is like, okay, them niggas ride around talking about the day in the life and everything like that. He like it's a story, like, and like that's my thing. So it's kind of like everything isn't. If you're listening to music just to talk about, oh, this nigga, watch this nigga, you have missed the plot so bad. Like, I don't care. I feel like niggas should be. There are other things that make you a great MC, or you can declare the best besides watching a nigga on the track. I'd argue that's too small of a sample size.
Yeah, structuring a song kind of reminds me of like how like coaching is and how people can reduce a lot of the things they see as like face value, but you don't when you're watching somebody coach and somebody fucks up a play or somebody does something like you don't know what that player's job was supposed to be. You don't know what the coach told them. You don't know what these niggas practice. Like you don't know what the goal of that was supposed to be, even if it turned out a certain way. And it's kind of the same way with song structure. Like everything is so face value, but unless niggas put out a damn documentary on an album or a song, like you don't know how that song came to be, why that's the way it is. Like use the example of Money Trees. Like, yeah, J Rock had a better verse than him, but like I feel like Kendrick's verse on that song was to set a tone and to set a vibe, and then J Rock's job was just to have the best verse he can.
Yeah,
And
like
it's so easy to just look at it as like, oh, J Rock had a better verse. Kendrick's not even the best rapper in his own group or whatever. But like, that's not what the goal was for that.
yeah, like I agree. Like I don't song structure is like I truly think song structure and shit like that is underrated. But like so I would put Mike in that conversation. I would put Boldy in that conversation. I'd argue the entirety of Bruiser, but not only say the entirety of Bruiser Gate, but I'd argue Danny Brown. Um, I'd argue Earl. I'd argue Mike, Mavi, Navy Blue, Little Simz. Um, I'm I would put Veeze there. Um, I would put. I'm very close to putting Anicia there if she can kind of give me like a full album because she's like extremely good at like the strong structure thing. Like her subtitle song, Anicia, like that shit like dumb catchy. It's like, and then like it's weird. It's funny because like you hear her kind of talk and it's kind of like okay, I can't really say it's like monotone, but it's kind of got like a roughness to it that helps the music. So it's kind of like I want to put her there. I want to put um who else? It's a lot of people I want to put there that they just got to have like that breakout year. Oh, I'm putting Tony Snow there too. Definitely him.
Yeah, if we're talking about best rappers of the 2020 for me right now, I would. I'm definitely putting Tony Snow up there, Mike, Boldy, Larry June. Um, as much as I don't know, Yachty's kind of off and on, but like when that nigga on, that nigga is really good, and
I
I
think
think what he's able to do as far as putting other people on, I really enjoy. Uh, because without him, we just wouldn't have like DC2 Trill and Caribou. And I kind of feel the same way about Lotto. Like I give Lotto a lot of respect for working with um, lesser known female rappers because she very easily could have took some of the songs that she worked with other people on and just like got a 21 Savage feature or something and tried to or like got a Uzi feature or something and tried to make it go number one. But like that, I feel like she's gonna have so much more longevity because she's works with different people in different subgenres. So I think that's gonna work out better for her. I also am tempted. I just had somebody and I lost it. I know we talked about Earl. I think Earl is definitely in there. No Name. I think she had the best rap album of last year. If I had to give it to anybody out of Michigan, as much as I love Veeze, I think I have to give it to Babytron.
I think I'm not entirely mad at if I think he had a better year. Beast had a better year than Babytron last year, but I do think that the Babytron coming out party musically was very, very big. Like I remember listening to the Shitty Boys, the first tape that they had on streaming with like Star Player and shit like that, and how fucking I ain't gonna say bad beats, but like how jarring the beats were, and it was like, man, this kind of weird, but I like it, and like kind of getting used to him. And then he came out with Ben Reaper, the first one, and like I played this shit like all the time. I think that was like my senior year of college. Like I played the fuck out that shit, and then like they kind of started breaking to the mainstream space, and I ain't gonna say they brought punchlines back, but like I do feel like a lot of the allure to Michigan rap is very charming and funny punchlines that are
I think
that a lot of rappers can get away with because they don't have the charisma to or the delivery to.
I like how Michigan is able to do punchlines without being corny.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to lean into setup bars and stuff, and for it to just come off as cheesy. I think that Lil Wayne was so good at it and also so bad at it. A lot of people tried to copy that in the like late 2000s, early 2010s. And that was kind of the biggest indictment on niggas like Gambino for a long time. But niggas in Michigan have turned that shit to a whole different level. And now it's just like you said, they have so much charisma and shit be so funny. It's like, damn.
Like,
If
I
anyone
think,
else said this, I would have been mad as fuck.
like, I think that nigga Stan Will said something like, nickname the chop August. I gotta sing it like Alzina, and then I was like, okay, that's fucking tough, and that's funny. But it's like,
like I'm glad that I'm glad that y'all mentioned like how charismatic like delivery can be because when it comes to like when it comes to delivering a line, that is like your delivery a lot of time is the difference from a line being hard and a line being corny. Like you can almost feel when a rapper is not confident in their line and they're like, hey, this kind of whack. But I said it anyway. You can feel when they be like, man, this really ain't it. But when a rapper is delivering it, making it seem like, oh nah, that's the hardest line I never wrote. You hear it in how they rap. So like that carries that them being so charismatic, it bleeds through the speaker when you listening to it. Like that makes all the difference.
yeah, I agree. Like when niggas talk about 2 Chainz would say the same shit that Big Sean say, but he don't get slandered for it. Or like Big Sean, like 2 Chainz says that shit like, okay, this is a hard ass bar, versus Big Sean kind of like timid sometimes. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, like, and then when it's that's why I be saying like the delivery can make a rapper elite. Like that could literally be the difference making a rapper elite. And I feel like all of the guys that we have said today, the guys and girls that we have said today that were the best rappers of the 20s, I think all of them kind of fill that criteria. Um, so in short, if there was a name that we said that you not fucking with or you fuck with a lot, let us know in the comments below after this episode. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all
I got
stay
one more.
easy.
The only other person I think I would say, my bad, is Kenny Mason. I think that nigga has a very, very bright future for the rest of the 2020s. Like that nigga dropped Angelic Hood Rat at like in 2020, and that nigga has been dropping like short EPs and stuff. I mean, he dropped Roughs in 2022, and then just like a couple EPs. But that nigga is extraordinary. Like he's easily one of my favorite rappers. I have to put him in that.
Dance Now is like such a good display of how his versatility. Like I really love that song, and a lot of it is because of Kenny Mason. But in short, that's all we got for this episode. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Be